kids around, but sometimes they just need to be slapped around too, because they don't know what they're talking about. And you got to be a way to approach a certain way, but if you're not a credible person, you can't do that. I've been blessed I can do that, you know. Just do what you do in your time frame.
There's a question over there.
Oh.
You know, Terry Reid was a CIA operative who wrote a book called Compromise, Clinton Bush and the CIA. Well, the Clintons and the Bushes are chummy. And there was a picture recently of George W. embracing Michelle Obama. It's not just about Democrat or Republican. These are all, it's an old boys network.
Right.
It's a country
Yeah.
we ain't invited. Right. So where did Bill Clinton and George H. Bush become buddies? And why is Jeb and George W. pals with the Clintons? Well, it started with Iran-Contra. Clinton was governor of Arkansas, and George H. Bush had been head of the CIA. And George H. Bush still claims he can't remember where he was when President Kennedy was shot. Oh, yeah. He knows darn well where he was, and he went out and made a phone call to the Kiwanis Club in Towner, Texas, and he put a memorandum out with the CIA director to neutralize any critical warning. And that assassination was not a question of left-right, it was a question of a major event that changed history, like Lincoln's and other things. So we need to stop putting labels on everything, so they don't apply. And be like Peter Falk's character, Columbo, and go where the facts lie.
Right, go where they lead you.
Forget all this nonsense and forget about emotions, because facts and emotions aren't the same thing.
But the reason I do that, and I have to label certain things too, that my main thing is dispel the myth.
Yes.
Okay? So the reason I have to do that when I talk to people, and says black people especially, because they have this myth about who the Republicans are. And when they see this, they realize all the stuff you've been told for all these years is just not right. So my thing, once you hear that, what are you going to do with them? A lot of them have stopped voting. I don't want you to stop voting.
Yeah.
Okay? I want you to continue to vote. I want you to study, to learn, vote for the right person to put whether Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, whatever, vote for the right person to put them in office. Okay? Someone that's going to help your community, regardless of color or regardless what party they are. But people are not doing that anymore. They're just kind of walking away.
So you went from Democrat to Republican. Who was the first Republican president you voted for? Candidate. I'm curious.
I think I voted for Bush, the second one.
Okay, that was the first Republican presidential candidate.
Probably.
Right.
Because in the 80s and 90s, I was all in for the Democrat. I think Bush was the first one that I actually voted for. Yeah, for that period of time, I was voting
I just
Democrat.
had to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Question
We got two more questions. Two more, because we got to wrap up.
I have a question for this guy right here.
Oh, the one walking away?
Well, are you a Republican or you're a Democrat?
No, I'm an independent. I vote for the individual, not in a party. And I think a lot of these issues have nothing to do with Democrat or Republican. I think what the Iran-Contra thing, Terry Reid was a CIA operative. He wrote a best-selling book. George Putnam had interviewed him, so did Ray Brady.
Let's get back on your...
I would have to agree. She is our guest, okay?
Yeah.
Follow up with her.
But let me follow up with one thing you're saying there, too. And when people say that they're libertarian, I said two words for it, Gary Johnson. Listen, Gary Johnson was a weed head, okay? This is what weed does to you.
And an open border freak.
For a period of time, whatever, okay? I'm sorry, I mean, at this period of time, too, guys, that I know people that have been on weed for years, it kills your brain cells. They're like zombies walking around. Why would you want to be in that situation? You don't know what's going on. You know, you're behind the wheel of a car, you drive somebody's kids, you're on an airplane, whatever, and it's okay to have all these weed heads walking around, okay? God didn't want that kind of stuff in your body for a reason, because it just kills your body and kills your brain cells. Now, we all got something. Now, give me a big Snickers bar with a big glass of milk, it's going to be on. So we all got something. You know,
or is it going to be in?
That's fine. Some people have a problem. Mine is sweets, whatever. And that's so everybody, but that's some of the stuff I never got involved in. But sweets are my weaknesses, yeah. Everybody has some.
One more question? Anybody? Go ahead.
I'm a nurse, and I will add that God did make marijuana, the seed. And he said in Genesis, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, and for this shall be your food. And I think of the little epileptic children.
That's good for them.
They have hundreds of seizures
a
day, and now they're taking the THC, that's not the
THC.
Right.
You don't get high.
They have no seizures.
Right. It's good for people like that. You're kidding. But I'm just talking about this abuse of weed that's taking place.
The recreational use.
Recreational use where it's just killing your brain. But people like that are there's good medical reasons for people to take marijuana, and I've seen it, whatever, and that is great.
What is it?
But majority, 90% of y'all, it's not that way. You're doing it, okay? You're just doing it to get high and just kind of escape from reality, okay? But people that it helps, whatever, I've seen people like that with seizures and stuff too, it's phenomenal. I think that is better than some of the drugs actually that you have that really getting you toxic and getting to your system is better for that. He made it for that, but he doesn't want anybody to abuse the things he's giving you. And we've abused a lot of stuff. Right. That's right. Well, thank you very much.
All right. Give her a round of applause.
Thank you. I told you were going to like it. I told you were going to be well informed. What is really good about this, because she was able to give me like a bite-sized version of it. I was at the Inglewood Park last year. It was like 2 months. We didn't know what was going to happen in November, but it's so precious. I did not know about how Planned Parenthood was targeting black people. I did not know that. And she might have mentioned that, but I got to also say this too. This just really just screws Democrats right into the ground. You had Margaret Sanger in New Jersey at a KKK meeting teaching how to wipe out black people. You just wipe out a Democrat just like that, mentioning that one event. KKK, black people, kill them all, with Ms. Planned Murderhood leading the charge. And it shuts them down. And it's just the most fun I had. And I just got to tell you something, borrowing from what you had taught me, I have a counterpart named Jimmy Gow, who runs the Torrance Democratic Club, who thought it was okay. I still talk about it because they went to a veterans hall spitting at veterans, the SJWs, and there was a black woman, Louise Outland, and she was the strongest woman there. She stood there, and you had a black SJW, one of those brainwashed kids, saying, "You are so sad," and pardon my English, I'm going to bleep out because we got a mixed audience. She called her a house N. And I brought that up to the Torrance City Council, and to this day, they haven't gotten that guy off the Social Services Commission. So I make a big stink. That was very offensive. And I'm a white person, but she stood her ground. She said it, Trump is good, Trump is #1. Now he is now because he's in the White House now, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I have a real respect for the black Americans who stand with Trump and with the Hispanic ones too, with the crap that they get, especially the black ones. And so I really commend that. This is a story we got to take everywhere. I pushed it right in his face and it shuts his ass down. When he knows that you are the KKK, and you can also add this, take this in your repertoire. To this day, the KKK in Anaheim, California, when they beat him down at that rally, they had the Grand Dragon who was all beat up, which is nice, and he was going to his car, and the OC Register asked the guy, "And who are you voting for?" Who did he say? Hillary Clinton. That's the KKK today. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. So, once again, I'm sorry, I'm just going to give her one more round of applause. A 3-hour drive to do this. I've got it recorded. I'll help you out. I'll put it on YouTube for you, okay? So don't you worry. I'll do the best I can with that. So, I'm telling you, she kept us riveted. This is a great audience, great turnout. So many. How many of you, this is your first time here? Really quick, raise your hand. I am so impressed. Thank you again. You really make this happen. We'd love you to join. We've got the membership forms back there. Okay, so just let you know. So wrapping this up, as I'm reminded, please don't forget to leave a tip for your waiters, waitresses. Make sure to clean up yourselves. Talk to some of these candidates. Talk to her. Pick her brain. She's got a lot to tell you. Have a wonderful night. God bless you and keep you. Thank you so much. Thank you. No money, no talking. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you. Just hit that stop button. You're good. I'm sorry, I forgot all about you.